welcome to BeerAmerica.tv. And yet another episode. I don't know, we've got quite a few. I was looking back, and by the time this one airs, it'll be at least in the high 70s.
Oh, we're already in the high 70s?
Oh, we're in the high 70s, yeah. And I thought we actually had more than that, but I'm thinking that's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
And so, at our quest to pick and to bring you the best American craft beers, oh, look at this. Hold still for a second. Hold still. Ironically, look at that. Porkslap. I'm bringing Porkslap. Look at that. See, how about that? You almost knew, and you don't know about it. He doesn't know this beer. So that was nice. Nice little segue that you did there.
Wow.
I was up at Wegmans, which is the best grocery store chain ever in upstate New York, a few months back. And I noticed this on the shelves. And it was called Porkslap. And if you notice the beautiful image there of the two pigs bumping each other. And
had I paid attention,
I know. Well, there you go. You did. And so Porkslap, farmhouse ale in a can from Butternuts Beer and Ale, which is an upstate New York, way upstate New York brewery. And I thought, well, you know what? I've got to try it because it's either going to really suck or it's going to be good. It goes back to the whole Coney Island thing. Remember I said, you know, the labels are cool. Got to try this. And it was in a whole craft beer section where there's limited space. So how bad could it be? I'm thinking this must be okay. So,
do we poke a hole inside the can?
I don't know if this is the kind of beer to do that, but I have had this beer. Obviously, you have not.
No, I have not.
In a can, beer in a can, you know, which we've talked about in past episodes.
And how many episodes do we actually get to achieve that wonderful sound? That
I know.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing. And yeah, and it's got nice color right there. Look at that. Now, I had this beer when I was on vacation in upstate New York because that's where I'm from, when we were visiting family. And the people that I was with, my sister-in-law and all her friends, were like, "Oh, we've had this beer. We really enjoy this beer. This is a beer that they really like."
And it's
4.3% alcohol, so it's slow. I mean, it's a low-level alcohol. I really like this beer the first time I had it.
Huh. Well, I guess with the whole farmhouse thing, I was waiting for the Belgian kind of craziness.
Yeah.
To occur.
Well,
this is more of like a nice session kind of pale ale.
Right, yeah, exactly. And it's exactly right. And it's real easy to drink. Let me see, I've got my notes here that I'm going to have to look down for. But I'll put them right here at the bottom of the screen like I normally do. It's flavored with crystal hop and a touch of fresh ginger, it said. Two-row North American barley and English crystal malt. Any of that jump out at you?
Well, the ginger thing, I didn't really pick up on initially.
Really? Okay.
But I've made some beers with ginger, and you know, now that you mention it,
it's something I equate ginger with the little side stuff that they put on my sushi plate. You know what I mean? I don't equate it to beer. So what does like a little bit of ginger do to a beer?
Well, it really depends on how you use it, because I mean, I haven't actually messed with anything brewing wise. Like the stuff you get at sushi is actually pickled ginger. Okay. And so you get, in addition to that, you know, spicy, zippy ginger flavor, you've got the kind of tangy, you know, thing going on there. And I don't know if I'd put that, put pickled ginger in a beer. I don't know. I'd have to try it. But if you add ginger to the kettle, for instance, you get more of a cooked flavor. And one of the things that we've done here is we've taken fresh ginger and grated, like cheese grater style, into fresh beer, like cask ale. And that definitely changes things altogether. You definitely get a much more forward, crisp. But oddly enough, you have to use a ton of ginger in order to really get. I mean, if you want like forward, spicy ginger character, you've got to use a lot of ginger. You wouldn't think. I mean, you'd think it'd be pretty potent, but a lot is lost in the beer. But this is pretty subtle. I mean, I like the subtlety.
Yeah, like I said, low alcohol. And the whole Porkslap, as I did a little research on the website, it's brewed in an old dairy farm. So they've got like they've got the whole. If you go to the website's actually a lot of fun. They've got all these different like farm animal themed beers, and Porkslap was the one that jumped out at me. And actually, to be honest with you, you know what this reminded me of? A classic movie. The first time I saw this was
Porky's.
Porky's, exactly right. I'm like, you know, I know, it's classic. It's like, right, one of the best movies ever. No, no, I'm just kidding. But it's still a good movie, and actually a very good beer. And I wanted to bring it again, another beer that's probably a little bit more regional, but you know, I actually was able to get this in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Is actually where I won.
No kidding.
Yeah. So somehow it has made it to Georgia. So they're obviously brewing a decent amount if it's going to be here in Georgia, because as we've said in the past, if it's here, then everybody probably is.
You've really made it once you hit Georgia.
Yeah, everybody else has it, so we're usually the last one. So yeah, I bought that in Stone Mountain, Georgia, but the first time I had it was in upstate New York. So nice beer.
I like it. I mean, easy drinking. And,
very easy drinking.
It's definitely got some flavor to it, and the ginger thing is kind of an interesting twist.
Yeah, and it goes back to, not all American craft beers have to be filled with alcohol, really heavy and hard to drink. And this is one of those beers that's not.
Yeah, kind of an anti-extreme beer.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to cross over if you're out there and you're on the edge. Of course, most people
and
are watching
don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Look at that. Look at that.
Hey, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, exactly.
I am feeling it.
I know. It gets you. So,
and I'm a huge fan of swine, so
there you go.
Hard to go wrong here.
So it's Porkslap Pale Ale, farmhouse ale, and I got that little all malt thing right on there. It says, anyway, so there you go, Porkslap.
And virtually no pork, I think is what it says here.
No pork.
I can't see. My eyesight is shot, but I was guessing.
Yeah, well, there you go. So anyway, hey, to find out more, beeramerica.tv, you can follow us on Twitter. We got a Facebook fan page. Also, we have our own iTunes. iTunes is a big one. We've got a lot of subscribers on iTunes. All you got to do is sign up. And also, you can sign up here on the website just to get an email that says, hey, a new episode out. So you don't have to keep checking back, although we want you to check back every day because it's a click. But it's not really how it works. Exactly. You get the email, and there it is. Because believe it or not, John and I don't see each other all that often.
And I have yet to be spammed as a result of my subscription.
Right. So. Excellent point. So cheers. Porkslap.
Porkslap.
So yeah.
I even like to say porkslap.
I know. How about that? There you go. So cheers. Oh, you do a little. There you go. Porkslap. Cheers.